This week on Heavy Butter, we are smoking cigarettes, drinking black coffee, and it does not matter how fucking long a scene is. That's right. This is a special episode, tribute to David Lynch.
Welcome to Heavy Butter, Ellie's first and only movie podcast.
God.
I'm Zach Nui Towers.
I'm never prepared for when we start. And
You just gotta
say
get
your name.
in.
Say your fucking
Evan
name.
Williams, like the whiskey, and the guy who started Twitter, and the Green Bay Packer,
I got
and the
so
Canadian actor.
fucked up on Evan Williams whiskey when I was.
Brother, me
And I'm Michael
too.
Strassner. I just want to get in there real quick before we
And
talk.
that's enough from him.
We
Yeah.
would have gotten there.
yeah.
I know.
You have to have faith.
I just didn't because when you guys start talking about booze, I'm like, okay, it's going to be an hour recovery meeting. Here we go.
My name's Evan. I'm an alcoholic,
alcoholic.
and I was at a party one time. I went to my car to get a Cisco album. Okay, because that's how long ago.
Thong song.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how long ago.
Thong song
Unleash
is
the Dragon,
brilliant.
and it is.
You know where
And
they're from?
Where?
Baltimore, man.
Okay,
I'm just telling
Jesus
you.
Christ.
Wow.
I go to my car to get the CD. I've already had a lot of Jaeger bombs, okay? And I'm at my car, and this senior from that college is there, and he's like, "Who goes there?" And I was like, "Evan." And he looked at his bottle. He was like, "What's your last name?" And I was like, "Williams." He goes, "Bullshit." And I was like, "That's my name, man." He was like, I don't believe you. And I pulled out my ID. I was like, "It's my name." He was like, "No, it's not your name until you come here and you chug this fifth of Evan Williams." And I immediately accepted the challenge. I was like, I think he's right. I think my name would disappear on my driver's license if I didn't drink it, like Marty McFly from Back to the Future.
Try.
And so I turned it upside down and I vomited everywhere.
Of course you did.
And I woke up in the middle of the night. I was doing a Cat Williams impression, and I started cleaning.
Want to give us a taste?
Never in the hit. And I cleaned his apartment in a blackout.
This senior guys?
No, the dude's house I was staying
Okay.
with. Yeah.
I
Whoa.
try to go to a craft store if
What?
you got my name. Okay?
What?
Michael's.
Yes.
Oh.
I have to just go in there and grab paint all the time. And it is a nightmare because they're like, "You're not really
Yeah.
Michael." And I'm like, "Yes, I am Michael."
And he can't go to Zaxby's.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they have
it's a
great
nightmare.
chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know Zaxby's?
Well, no, I didn't know that was a real place.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's a southern. It's like a.
Oh, is it Southern?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Well, with the last name that I have,
can't-
9/11, it's
can't-
pretty, it's pretty close to home.
That's true.
So when you're on the phone with like some sort of help, and they go,
I know that. Yeah.
yeah.
I've called helplines.
Oh no, I guess I meant like AT&T support, not like I'm about to kill myself.com. But I say towers like the two when we're spelling it.
I have a funny story.
Like the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the two.
Because
Like
people
the
say
twin.
They hear like powers, or they
Yeah.
I go, and it's towers like the two.
Does anyone ever respond to that on the phone?
It's always a pause moment.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've gotten a couple laughs from it.
Yeah.
When I was in Australia, shooting a TV show, MBD.
No TV.
Okay.
Yeah, we
No
don't talk about
TV.
Okay, but I just want to tell a story.
I've
It's-
only-
Well,
okay.
don't
on
ever bring it up
TV.
again.
Okay, I
you say
won't.
for work.
For work. Okay. I was shooting something for work. I was working for shoot. How do I say it then?
Jesus
I was
Christ.
in Australia for work.
Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, okay. I was in Australia for work, and it was during the pandemic, and we had to quarantine, right? And I heard other cast members were getting a balcony. So I called down after my first day at the front desk, and I said, "Hey, I actually suffer from depression, and I wanted to get some outdoor time during this quarantine. Is there any way I could have a balcony?" And the Australian person on the phone went, "You suffer from depression and you want a balcony?" And, and I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "No."
They were like, nor.
Yeah,
Nor.
nor.
You can't have a balcony, brother. We're going to actually take you down to the first floor and we're going to have somebody sit with you.
No, they wouldn't let me sit because it was quarantine. So no one could talk to me or touch me for 14 days.
They gave him like an emotional support kangaroo.
No, the worst thing was they called me every 4 hours to check on me.
Wow.
Because you said you were depressed.
Because I said I was.
And that's what you
America-
get for lying.
America
I-
would never do that, by the way.
No.
Yeah.
What, quarantine?
No, check
well,
on
yeah,
you.
but also like check in on someone because they are afraid that they're not okay.
Yeah. Well, no, I
Yeah.
think because literally like they would put you in a hotel room right when you landed,
Yeah.
and they're like, you're not going anywhere for 14 days. You can't get out of there. So like that's like it was
You
like
should have just said something else.
I should have said
man.
anxiety. Been like, oh.
No, that wouldn't have worked either. That's
Really?
a form of depression, brother. Yeah.
I should have said obesity.
You
Can
should
I
have
get?
been like, I have a gun. Give me a better room.
I
You should
traveled.
have robbed the place.
Yeah. Again, I couldn't leave the room. So what would I rob? Just the room that I'm in, Evan?
You've robbed us of our time.
With a gun, you can leave a room. People will
with a
respect
gun,
what
you
you're
can do
doing if you
anything.
have a gun.
A woman 2 floors up did light her room on fire, and she had to start over.
Because she was exposed to like firemen.
No, because basically like Australia was like crazy about like
Yeah, they were.
you.
And
like,
for that reason, it
Yeah,
was,
they got out of it.
Yeah.
well, no, but then they opened up the borders and everyone got COVID.
Yes, other people came in and ruined it.
No, it was like because if you were in Melbourne, you couldn't come to Sydney. Like that was like so it's like if you were in North Carolina, you couldn't come to South Carolina. Like that's what each province of Australia was.
Yeah, spoiler alert, none of us want to, brother. Okay, we're in the better Carolina.
And if you ask
goddamn.
anyone in South Carolina, they'd probably say they didn't have the pandemic there.
Yeah, it's true.
Exactly. Coming attractions.
Uh-huh.
I saw the Bruce Springsteen trailer. And
Oh, with Jeremy Allen White.
Jeremy Allen White.
Oh.
And it looked pretty good.
I heard
Nice.
that Bruce Springsteen couldn't tell if it was him singing or Jeremy singing when he was watching it.
Wow.
Interesting.
Interesting. That is interesting.
That is interesting.
And Jeremy is the one singing in the
Mm-hmm.
movie. See, then he will deserve a nomination as opposed to Rami Malek.
Let's bring it back
who
to
was
Rami.
lip syncing and won the Oscar. That blows my mind.
I couldn't stand that movie.
It was terrible. We've gone over it on this pod.
But I just
Yeah.
excited for the Bruce one. It looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
excited
yeah.
to see who's playing Clarence. That's my favorite of all time. Rest in peace, Clarence
Mm-hmm.
Clemens, best saxophone player of all time. He
So
I want
far.
to see who's playing Max Weinberg.
just like they just do like a half hour of him on Conan.
Yeah, exactly.
He was the drummer for
He
Conan.
was the drummer.
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
I'm happy for straight culture.
Wow.
God.
Made it a thing for
No,
no
I'm just-
reason.
I'm just saying, right in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
moment, I feel disconnected, but
Oh, okay.
I
didn't
don't
grow up
care about
watching-
I don't want
the
you to feel
things that
disconnected.
you
Yeah,
guys care about.
You didn't watch Conan growing up?
No.
Oh,
Really? Oh.
dude, so funny. The
Oh, I thought
master.
it was a Bruce Springsteen.
Well, it's weird. So what's
reference.
happening here is the drummer of Bruce Springsteen. When he wasn't touring, he
Was
was
on Conan.
Conan's, like,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
It's like the Roots being Jimmy Fallon's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he
They're kind of like sex workers for music.
exactly. Yeah,
They'll take the money where they can.
they basically sell out
Yes.
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
get a job
Yeah.
5 nights a week.
Promoting
Yeah.
the shit out of themselves. Good
Totally.
gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blumhouse bought Saw.
Blumhouse.
They did. Blumhouse.
I
yeah.
can't get over it. He said Bloomhouse.
I know he
Blumhouse.
did. I know he did. And he really thinks it's Blumhouse. He
'Cause
thinks
it
it's
says-
Jason Blum.
Jason Biel, which it's kind of a crazy.
Oh, wait, is it Bloomhouse?
Blumhouse. No. It's
Okay.
Blumhouse.
Is it
Yeah.
Bloom or Blum?
It's Blum. It's Blum.
No,
I saw him at the premiere of Halloween Kills dressed as
A pumpkin.
a woman. Who was he dressed as? He was fully dressed as a woman.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I think he was dressed as Jamie Lee Curtis from the first film.
Laurie Strode.
He was dressed as Laurie Strode from the first film.
Like that blue on blue.
And he said, "I'm Jason Blum," and yeah.
Yeah, he dressed up like Megan at the premiere of Megan.
Yeah, he likes dressing.
What a cool guy.
Yeah.
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 So he'll
And
probably-
Still-
Jamie Lee Curtis was dressed as Janet Leigh from Psycho,
Oh,
which is
her
her
mom.
mommy.
What
Yeah.
do they still have the formula that they don't spend more than like $5 million on a movie?
Everybody gets like back end, I think.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
he
I make
wouldn't
that up?
buy the one movie that like he wouldn't buy was It because It was going to cost so much money.
Wow.
And he was like, if there's one that I kind of sort of regret not spending more than $5 million on, it's It because like it did make its money, you know. But yeah,
It must have cost $70 to $100 million.
the second one especially.
Yeah.
There's so many effects in the second one. When
Yeah.
he becomes the big spider because Stephen King did cocaine when he was writing the ending.
Truly wild.
I love
Insane.
Stevie K. Any movies that you guys saw recently that you love?
I I mean, ones we've already talked about on the pod, probably.
Yeah.
I did really like 28 Years Later, but there's a whole episode on that. And
I saw 2 movies at a film festival that I really loved.
which movies, bud?
Sorry Baby, that's coming out A24. Eva Victor wrote it. Ava Victor.
Wait, but who's in it?
The
one person from the one thing.
no, the guy who was the lead actress in Blink Twice.
Oh my God. And she
God.
was in Mickey 17
Yes,
too.
yes.
Yeah.
Damn it. Naomi.
Yes. Yeah.
Naomi Aki.
Naomi Aki, yeah. She was great in
She's
this.
great.
Yes. It was just really great. It was made me, I mean,
Is it a rom-com?
no, it's a I would say dramedy.
Okay.
And it was original, like this is her first movie that she directed, and it was really good.
You know what I just rewatched recently is Hard Eyes. And I love it. It's a rom-com with a serial killer in it. It's so gory and fun and tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
And then I
really
saw
is.
this movie Messy,
Oh, sorry. I forgot you had 2 movies.
and that one I think it's coming to theaters soon, but another like really funny comedy. John Waters loved it. It was on his top 10 list of last year.
Nice.
So.
I am excited for Together, the Alison Brie, Dave Franco movie.
And the director came out and said something last week that he was like, "This has been mine for years."
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So
like-
a thing going on with Together, which is Neon, right?
yeah.
Is that, there's an indie filmmaker who claims to have made basically this exact same movie.
wrote it.
What's that?
No,
wrote
it was.
it.
Wrote
I mean,
it.
it was made though.
Oh, it was?
Better Half. It went to Sundance in like 2022.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Okay, we can watch that. We should do a double feature of that. When
Well, I think
comes out.
it was that there were like 3 key elements that were identical, and this person did also, I think, pitch to the same agency before. So they're just I think they were worried about timeline, but the director's saying he has all the receipts for like registering it, pitching even before him. And I think that's that thing of like Universal whatever like gives us all the same idea at the same time, and it's whoever gets to the finish line first.
Yeah, and luckily,
Yeah.
like on Instagram and TikTok, nobody's ever doing anything that's like the same.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah, I've
we're
never
very
had-
anti-trend.
Yeah. The amount of people in the beginning of me like coming up on TikTok that were doing like I have like this thing credit card fraud department, and then like other people would be like, "This is the car's extended warranty guy," calls them on the phone, and it's like and people would send it to me and tag me in it, and I complained once. I was like, "Wow, this is my idea." The amount of comments under me that were like, "That's TikTok, bro. Like it's
Oh
just
my
a
God.
trend. Like it's the fucking internet, man. Like who cares?" You know, and it's like, wow, there's really no integrity here, and I should just never even
Yeah.
fight it again.
Yeah.
You just
If you're-
something you have to accept.
Well, I mean, if you're on the internet looking for integrity, you're probably going to find some trouble. Just to let you know.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, you did that in character.
I
but
did.
That was actually like a pretty valid point,
That was my integritist.
which rarely happens with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my character, the integritist.
The
the
integritist.
integritist.
Yes.
That's like a parody of the materialist,
Correct.
which you saw.
Oh, I did see the
or
material.
the
or
brutalist.
Materialist.
Yeah.
You ever see the brutalist?
Did you guys see
Not even
Brutalist?
British. Yeah.
Huh?
I
You
did
saw it?
not, man.
Clueless?
Brutalist.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like watching The Brutalist would be like reading a book.
Totally agree.
You know?
I
you
saw
know
it.
what? I would watch it if I was in New York in the summer and I needed 3.5 hour nap in a air conditioned
AC.
space.
Yeah. I did that with Movie Pass. I saw Need for Speed with Aaron Paul because I was really hot.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
did that with Minions
Yeah.
3 or whatever in New York.
Yeah.
And I fully fell asleep during the opening credits and I woke up during the closing credits.
I did it with the Impractical Jokers movie.
Was that in theaters?
It sure was.
Yeah.
It was the last thing I saw before pandemic.
What's the last thing you saw before pandemic?
Oh my God, what a great question. Invisible Man.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Bad Boys.
No.
Ride or Die. 3,
Yeah.
the third one.
The
Yeah.
third one.
Wow.
Yeah. I saw that with Howie.
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 How are you?
How are you?
Fellow friend.
fellow
from
friend.
An anonymous situation.
Also a drummer for Conan.
No.
Okay. That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Well, today is an evergreen episode, if you will.
Stop
Ruins it every
identifying
time.
it.
Yeah, it really.
It could just be that we're honoring
We're just honoring
a
David
legend.
Lynch.
We are, yes.
Yeah.
We are honoring a legend. David Lynch passed away this year, and sorry,
Switch. You attempting to be serious is more disrespectful to David Lynch.
I do not mean to be disrespectful. I
Yeah.
love that man. I think he has literally created amazing
he's the
things.
fucking man.
His book, God.
You read a book.
I did. I actually, that's the only.
He's incredible.
Wow.
His book.
God.
What is it? No, it's Jake. What's his book?
It's called Catching the Big Fish.
Catching the Big Fish. If you want to write a movie, read that book. It's 1 page per chapter.
I thought you were going to say it's 1 page.
And it is incredible. It's about like getting the 40 note cards. Once you have the 40 note cards, you make your movie, and just like all about developing an idea. And it was so helpful to me.
Wow.
And
nice.
I just
His documentary. There's been a couple documentaries on him, but there's one where he's just in his house and he's smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee and making art.
Yeah.
And talking about his life, and then we'll cut to like some footage of like Eraserhead because he like made that at his college. Like they let him have access to like the film studio and stuff, and it was just this very experimental thing he was doing. And you really just feel like you're hanging out with this like cool old man in his house.
I have tried TM so many times because of him.
Transcendental
You
meditation.
can't do it.
I can't fucking do
It's
it.
not meant. You're a bull in a china shop,
Yeah.
brother.
Well, you got to do
Yeah.
it twice a day
For 20 minutes,
for
right?
20 minutes each time.
Yeah.
And they give you like a coat of
mantra.
arms. Or a
Yeah, they
mantra.
give you something that, like coat of arms.
They knight you, and then
Yeah.
you're given a peasant and an acre of land, and a
then you
coat of
got-
arms, of course.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
and
have
you-
to answer a riddles 3
Yes.
if you want to enter the meditation realm. Yeah.
But like the mantra, something like Alumi Babi or something, and it's like you got to
Mantras
repeat.
are tough because I will agree. I will say they always sound a little like something else. So it's like Omi is your mantra. You're like Omi, Omi, and then you're like oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my, and then you're like somewhere else.
Exactly.
Omi is
It's
also
not.
the name for like a German grandmother, so I would just be thinking of.
Yeah,
And that's the whole thing. You're not
exactly.
supposed to think, Evan. Have you meditated before? You're not supposed to think at all when you're meditating. You're just supposed
First
to.
of all, you can meditate however you want. That's like the most popular thing, is to try and get all
to
thoughts out of your
clear
head.
your mind.
But there's also forms of meditation where you let thoughts pass you by. And,
Jake, can you check that? If there's
Yeah.
other forms of
Stop.
meditation.
If you're allowed to
could you
meditate
Google
however you want.
meditation?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will say I think clearing your mind is a big thing of it. But the other thing about meditation is as soon as you were like, I did it, you're not meditating anymore. Do you know what I
Correct.
mean? Like as soon as you become aware, it's like a catch-22.
But he would meditate in the morning, and then whenever he was shooting a movie, he would have that time set in for his lunch, where he would get 20 minutes to do it in the afternoon before the second half of the day and shooting. Mm-hmm. Why are you smiling at me?
It's just every sentence you say, you give up on it. Towards the end, you like lose confidence in your own sentence. And
Well, because I don't
it's
know.
really funny to watch.
I don't know if what I'm saying is true or not.
I know.
Oh,
right? Yeah,
no.
yeah. He makes up everything he says.
Yeah. I'm a
So you
very.
never know what
I'm a
to
fictitious
believe.
liar. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Fictitious lie.
Yeah. I make up fiction and lie.
Wait, do either of you meditate? We're all supposed to meditate because
Yes,
of
we
our
are. I
I
recovery
meditated
program.
yesterday
I meditated.
because I have the brain zap.
Yeah, your brain literally was like, peace, I'm going on break.
Yeah,
And
no.
you're like, I guess I'll meditate.
No, it was running in circles, and I was like, let me actually try and meditate. Let me actually sit here. And at first, I was trying to get all thoughts out of my head, and it was physically impossible in that moment. So then I started being like, all right, how about just the breathe in is a good thing, and the breathe out is me getting rid of something bad. And so I did start thinking while meditating, and for me, in that moment, it helped.
I love meditation. Whenever I'm told you should always meditate when things are going really well.
You should just meditate, period.
I know. But also when things are going really well, you should really double down and meditate. And I'm trying to really do that right now.
He's trying to tell us that things are going really
Going
well
really
for
well,
him.
yeah.
It was
I
just
think-
a chance for him to brag.
No, I think
That's
well,
awesome.
it's going really
Uh-huh.
well because I'm hanging out with two of my really good friends right now in this moment, in the present moment, and that's why meditation has brought me
Does
here.
that mean you're going to shut up for 10 minutes and you're just going to be quiet and he and I can talk?
shut up for 10 minutes and just talk for a minute? You sound like a bull.
Buffalo
a bull
Bill,
who's an
dude?
ape.
I don't sound
you
like
sound half
Buffalo
bull, half
Bill.
ape. That's what you sound like.
A bull and an 8.
Yeah, a
Thank
bull.
you,
a bullet.
honestly. Yeah.
But no, and then I really wish my consistency was better. If I'm being
course.
honest with meditation, I wish I was better at it.
That's interesting, though, because you get up really early every day and you do things routinely.
Correct.
Yeah.
So why can't you just smack it in there?
Well, like is my meditation considered the journal that I write every day or the reading that I do every day? Is that considered meditation? Because what you're saying is like, oh, you
If
can just go
you're-
lollygagging and meditate.
I didn't say lollygagging.
Yes, you
okay?
did.
In the beginning of me meditating, my spiritual guide in the recovery program.
Okay, now who's not confident in their sentences?
No, I don't want to fucking out what I'm actually talking about. You know what I mean? Anonymity.
Got it.
He told me you need to meditate, and I was like, I can't fucking do that. And he was like, you go to the gym. What do you do at the gym if not count to 10 over and over and breathe? He was like, so do that. Take the weights away. Okay. So that's how I started meditating.
Evan's just like,
yeah, I was just like 7, 8, and I
it's
felt
in black
better.
and white.
Yeah,
I felt better.
And that's a other episode.
yeah.
Well, the other thing is too, it's like part of it is just like setting aside the time to do it.
Well, but like I journal every morning. Is that a form of meditation?
No.
No.
If you have to ask these questions, then it's not.
Right.
Then what the fuck is meditation to you? Because you said it's not just sitting down, being quiet, and
Well,
You just
it
said
is.
you
It
can,
is
like,
being still.
You can meditate on a thing though. You can be like,
Yeah.
I'm going to meditate on
Yeah.
this, and then you
can
take
pick
the
a
time
focus.
out.
Think
to do
about
it.
the one recovery meeting we go to. What do they say before we start meditating every time? They say with a recommended focus on people celebrating. You know, so what they want us at that meeting to do is think about the people celebrating, what that means to you and what that must mean to them, and like meditate on it for 5 minutes. You know.
Yeah.
So there are multiple forms.
I know somebody that walks their dog, and that's his form of meditation.
I
Sure.
know that person.
I
know
think
that
I
person.
think I do it on the stair machine.
I like that.
Yeah, because
Sure.
I find answers coming to me unprompted,
Yeah.
and I think that's a sign of meditation.
In early mornings, that's what I get a lot of my ideas from. And I'll usually be meditating while listening to a podcast, watching a TV show, and
I think you should play with meditating 5 minutes before you start journaling.
that's what. Yeah, I mean, that's when I'm at my best. Before I journal, I do 5 minutes, just like, and what I do is breathe in love, breathe out hate.
That's what I was just saying. I breathe in a good thing and I breathe out a bad thing.
Did you say love and
And
hate?
you said that it wasn't a fucking meditation, but then you ended up saying that's how you meditate.
Yeah,
David Lynch is something.
meditator.
He has the best interviews of all time. And we know which interviews I'm talking about. The best one, one interview is this guy is one of my favorite things, dude. Because David Lynch famously doesn't really like saying what his movies are about or what his projects
He
are trying
means for them to be open-ended.
Yeah.
and start conversations.
to... Yeah. And it's just like, it's what he wanted to make, you know? And this guy at this like fucking academy is like talking to him in front of an audience and he's like, so you famously don't say like what your movies are about, but I've noticed that electricity is like a motif
no.
that comes into your projects a lot. You know, there'll be like two lights that share a bolt with each other, and I feel like that's a motif for TM that you're so interested in, and just this kind of current that goes back and forth in our head, you know, is like, can you say that I'm onto something there? And he just goes, no. And that was the whole thing. And he's just so good, man.
I mean,
I wonder if he must have found a little joy in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You can tell he's like a little bitch.
Yeah.
You know, kind of.
I was gonna say my favorite clip is he's being interviewed and David Lynch goes God is actually gay, and the interviewer goes, can you elaborate on that? And David Lynch just goes, no.
He loves just a simple no
Yeah.
to shut down someone who has been thinking about this interview for so long and they've built it up. And I think that is like him in a nutshell. Like, he makes movies and people want to dissect the whole thing, and he's like, sure.
talk about it, you know,
Yeah.
like leave the theater discussing it,
Right.
but like you don't have to have the like I kind of love a movie that doesn't have the answer for us in the end. Like,
Right, yeah.
Which I know people also hate because it's like, no, I come to a movie because I want a full.
I'm usually that person.
Yeah.
Like, I do want to be spoon-fed certain things. Although, when I first started watching David Lynch stuff, I was very aggravated by it because I was like, "Wait, what? Like, why? Like, why is this happening?"
Yeah.
But now I really appreciate it because it's like a little bit of chaos,
Yeah.
you know.
which is kind of what life is.
And maybe that's why I don't want it in my entertainment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and I also, just going back to, because I know that you want to talk about this with the clip.
Have to. Yeah.
Where-
because he's inspired. He has always inspired me to just make the thing that's in my head, and you don't have to go by. That's great that he has a book about the, you know, note cards and stuff, because he also inspired me not to go by books like save the cat. Like, it doesn't need to be these very specific beats that happen in a specific way. The Dark Night of the Soul and, like, you know, the trouble closing in and whatever. He just like make the movie, and like who's to tell you how long a scene needs to be? Because
and there's a woman behind him in the clip who's
yeah,
like,
we need a
yeah, just on the next one, just like with the
can
time.
we get out of this? Yeah, with it. And he's like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? He's like, who fucking cares how long a scene is? He's like kind of got like a whiny voice.
Yeah.
You know? And he's just like no. He's like, what the fuck is that? Who cares? No, I don't fucking no.
It is the best clip of him behind camera because he's just like, it is the dumbest thing. It's like,
he's not being a dick in that moment.
He's saying,
He's
let
just
the actors do their thing. Like,
Yeah.
let's just let the scene be.
It's a difference between like this. You could be anyone else and have that clip and be like trashed in the media. Like, look how shitty David Lynch is to his, you know, look at how shitty David O. Russell is to his fucking crew.
Yeah.
You know, because
Which I heard people left Madden set, by the way.
what's that?
The movie Madden that he's doing. Some people.
Oh,
like,
he's doing that movie.
Yeah, he's
with
doing
Nick Cage and Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
dude, he's been an
Madden
issue.
like F1?
No, John Madden.
John Madden football.
Yeah.
It does have one F in it, so that's good, Zach.
Okay.
Football.
What
Yeah.
am I thinking of Madden? Is that not racing?
It's
NASCAR? Are you thinking of NASCAR?
there's I think there's maybe a racer named Carl.
Wait, Madden is always football?
Madden. Yeah,
Okay.
Madden's like
Yeah.
a game that.
That's
Like-
not gay.
like
That's just
Madden
me not
25
knowing.
will be like
Okay.
the John Madden.
It'll be Madden
football game.
26. It's always a year
I
ahead.
was just giving him an
Okay, so
example
sorry.
of a year.
I just have every Madden, so I
I
just want
know
to make sure
you
that
do.
you.
A sweet thing that Michael did for me one time is I have a terrible football team. Okay,
Carolina
the Carolina Panthers are
Like you own it?
yeah, and they're legitimately the worst team in the league. Like they're
What are they called?
currently the worst team in the league.
Panthers?
The Carolina Panthers, which
never even
makes
heard of
no
them.
sense because the Panthers are not
Indigenous.
Anywhere near North
not
Carolina.
even close to
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
But aren't there like wizards and stuff?
That's Washington.
basketball.
Let's just stick to football and let's
Yeah.
have.
Well, he did a sweet. My guys are never going to win the Super Bowl again. Like, it's just not. We
Have
never
they
won the
ever?
Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah.
But
You
we've
said
been
again.
twice, and we'll probably never even go again. Okay, and so he started a Carolina Panthers team on his Madden game, and used them as his team and got them to the Super Bowl, and then sent me a video of them winning the Super Bowl.
That's
with
really
like blue
cute.
and black confetti. Our
And I
colors.
was the owner of the team, and I named it Evan Williams. That's how madly in love I am with
That's
this
how
man.
much he
That's-
loves me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's maddening how much you love him.
I hate us.
I hate us. Do we want to talk about two of David Lynch's films?
Sure.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Well,
I
we can't-
really
we
wish
don't
we
have to
could talk
limit it.
about TV. I know that we can't, but can I please for
No
one
TV.
second, dude?
Just you can say how much you know. It's since yes.
It's David Lynch.
passed
and,
away.
And he would say, why the fuck can't we
yeah.
talk about TV?
Who
That's
fucking
stupid.
cares? Yeah. The Return, dude. Twin Peaks is amazing, but Twin Peaks: The Return, I think, is like a masterpiece, and you can tell it was like his magnum opus. I mean, it was the thing that.
Did you need to watch the original Twin Peaks?
No, because it's so all over the place.
Yeah.
I can't really tell you what The Return's about, but I can tell you I fucking loved it. And like every episode is just like, it's so beautiful. And there'll be a random episode that is like an acid trip. And then every episode, there's always a bar that characters kind of meet at some point. And there's usually like a really famous performance happening. And there's one with like Trent Reznor. There's one with Eddie Vedder where he does this song called Out of Sand that like I can't find it anywhere, but you can watch it on YouTube. And he's talking about like the hourglass is running out of sand, like, you know, he's getting older and like time's running out. I like cry listening to that, and it's just a random song that exists on one episode of Twin Peaks: The Return. Him being on set and saying how long a fucking scene should be, that was on Twin Peaks: The Return. Yeah. And you could tell that he just really fucking cared, and he just wanted to make this thing that could.
Is it just one season?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I just have to say, someone who has one of the coolest careers ever, Kyle
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin.
I mean, I just saw him in Showgirls, and it was incredible.
He was in
He was also in
Showgirls,
Sex
Yeah.
and the City.
Sex and the City.
The
He was,
original
Kristen
Dune.
Davis,
Dune.
Yeah.
original, and
Yeah.
also gets to work with all like. He was like David Lynch's like favorite
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
to work with.
Yeah.
And now he's like has this huge resurgence on overcompensating and on another
Oh,
like
true.
Like he just gets like and he's also like on TikTok just having a blast. Like he just seems like such a cool guy. And he's in Blue Velvet, which premiered in 1986.
I just watched it last night.
I just watched it last night too.
For the first time?
Filmed in North Carolina.
Okay, what
Carolina.
I will say about every David Lynch film or whatever is that it is the epitome of hard to watch in this day and age, because if you look down for a second and you look back up, you feel like you've missed
The movie.
the entire plot. You're like, wait, what did I miss? Surely something. But it's like, no, you're with us.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
still here.
yeah.
A couple fun facts. Isabella Rossellini, got that right.
Wow.
Who I
You're
know
reading it.
exclusively from Death Becomes Her.
Death Becomes Her, and she was on Friends, I think.
Well, yeah, as like a famous actress.
You don't mention TV.
You just did for 5 minutes, and we couldn't
believe
shut
it
you
was
up.
very
Oh, the
appropriate.
song made me cry. Come on. You always are crying. What doesn't make Evan Williams
You're
cry?
always eating, brother.
Yeah, just back and forth.
What am I always doing?
Fucking men.
Fucking and fucking.
Okay, you
Yeah.
got it right.
We know each other.
We really do. We really do.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Isabella Rossellini was actually naked under the robe
Yeah,
in that scene.
I believe it.
And
We also
she-
see Kyle's dick a little bit.
but you also,
How is it?
Nice.
Nice.
she also had never met Dennis Hopper before that scene, and that was the first time he ever met her,
Oh wow.
and that was the first scene that he did with her, and because she wanted it to, I guess, feel like it was a real.
But they knew each other at that point in the movie, weren't they? Like
Or
regulars.
maybe
with
a
each
shot out
other?
of order.
Maybe
though.
a shot out of order.
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
You're saying that was the first time they were on set together?
Yeah.
Dennis
Okay.
Hopper also has like a handy dandy can of some like nitrous.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
like-
was jealous of that.
And he also said several actors auditioned for the role of Frank, and they said the character is too repulsive and intense. And Hopper said, "I get to play Frank because I am Frank."
Oh God!
And it was like, all right.
Is Dennis
like,
Hopper really revealed to be like a not good guy? Because that's
No.
a wild
He's intense,
character
but-
to
yeah.
identify with.
I mean, he just was, I think, always just like a wild card guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
also
Like-
for those who haven't seen Blue
He
Velvet,
was-
broad strokes, it's like a mystery crime drama in which Kyle MacLachlan, a young man, seeks answers in like a local murder
Yeah.
in his town.
It is also at the exact halfway point in the movie. Kyle MacLachlan says, "I'm halfway through this mystery."
That's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Oh, and it's the film that inspired Twin Peaks.
Oh wow.
This was.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say lumber yards
Yeah.
have a big thing in both things. Is it the same town in Twin Peaks?
I don't know, but
It's in Washington.
I will say-
this one takes place in North Carolina or just shot in North
I think it's
Carolina?
shot in North Carolina.
Okay.
But what's so interesting too is, and I know we're not supposed to, the original Twin Peaks, it was on ABC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that is
Yeah.
crazy.
Wild.
Crazy.
And it was
And-
multiple seasons, wasn't
There's
it?
two. Yeah.
Two.
That's a
and it was like
multiple.
nominated for done it is multiple, yes indeed. And they were like nominated for a ton of Emmys, but it's crazy that ABC,
Was
Home
like, yeah.
Improvement, ABC
Do it.
had that show.
They ABC in the 90s had more balls than ABC now.
100%.
Big
Well,
time.
that's because Disney bought it, and Disney ain't got no balls.
Savage Secrets. But... Whoa.
Whoa.
Kyle MacLachlan says something very
Not
sweet
McLaughlin.
about.
Did you
Is
say-
it?
MacLachlan.
MacLachlan.
Is it McLaughlin?
Yeah.
It is MacLachlan.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank God.
Which is crazy that he's right about a name, you know?
Yeah.
But he said something.
right about name.
Again, I don't sound like that.
I don't know how you sound.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. I owe my entire career and life, really, to David's vision. He was enigmatic and an intuitive man who saw something in me that me myself didn't recognize. MacLachlan also emphasizes their deep friendship, saying he will miss Lynch more than the limits of my language can tell and my heart can bear.
Oh,
Wow.
he's
How
a soft
Fucking
boy.
sweet is that,
Brother,
dude?
change out David Lynch and put your name in there.
That's
and
me
that's
and
how I
you,
feel.
man.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about both of you.
Aw.
Yeah. I was just telling my
Limitless?
little lady friend that like you guys are very, very important to me, and that there were times that you sat with me and made sure I got on meds, which I'm now off.
And it was me that sat
and
with you
then-
and said, "Get off the meds."
Well, you didn't,
No, I'm
but
just
you
kidding,
know,
I'm kidding.
I've slept on both your couches, and yeah, thank you for being my friends. Where's this come from?
I don't know. It's beautiful.
Rank us.
I'd say Jake first.
Stop.
There we go.
Yeah, and then you guys
Celsius
kinda,
second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're just like a fun little bowl of chocolate pudding. Is that what I said the other day?
Strash said to me on the phone, he like said something that made me laugh, and he was like, "See your laugh. I just want it in like a chocolate bowl." He was like, "I just want to eat a bowl of ice cream with your giggle in it."
That's so crazy.
Crazy.
And why
thing to
chocolate?
say.
Obviously, he's like strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, I'm strawberry shortcake or vanilla. I don't know, because I think he's just like got a little edge to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So.
So Kyle loved.
Oh my
David.
God. Yeah, he just was showing respect. I mean, it's like whoever passes first, Scorsese or Robert De Niro. I mean, we can't wait to see what one of those guys say about each other.
They did do the TikTok trend. Did you see that the other day?
Uh-oh.
Robert De Niro called Martin Scorsese to say goodnight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like the sweetest thing.
I love that. There's this trend on TikTok where people are calling their friends and they're like, "Hey, bro, what's up, man? What's up?" And they're like, "I just want to say goodnight, man." And he's like,
Oh.
"What are you talking about, man?"
Oh.
He was like, "I just want to say like sweet dreams, bro." And he's like, "What the fuck?"
Oh
Like,
no.
It's great
All
ones
right.
too, where ex-wives are calling ex-husbands and like that they hate, and they're like, "Hey, Steve." He's like, "What?"
What?
And he's like, "I'm just calling to say goodnight."
Uh-huh.
And he's, "What?" And then they're just like, "No, I'm just calling to say like goodnight, and I hope you really good night. I was calling people that are important to me." And he goes, "What is this about?"
Yeah.
What's funny about the trend to me is that my friends would just be like, "Oh, good night to you, man."
Yeah.
Like it would just be so natural for us.
But
Yeah.
isn't that as fun to listen to?
I think
100%.
so.
I think bringing
Yeah.
cheer, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, Santa.
Have you guys seen Mulholland Drive?
I haven't, but I want to.
And now I want to see Blue Velvet. I haven't seen Blue Velvet, but Mulholland Drive has one of the best jump scares of all
It
time.
is nice that we're doing a David Lynch tribute
Yeah.
episode, and we haven't seen two of the other
This
things.
because this isn't really about movies. This podcast is not about movies.
It's
I know.
not.
It's about
not.
us being stupid.
Yeah.
and we
are
and we
stupid.
deliver.
Yeah.
And it does feel like a Maisie Star kind of day. Remember we said that?
Nope.
I don't even know what
Really?
that means.
Maisie
A Maisie
Star?
Star.
Yeah, he'll like just will go on like David Lynch would go on.
Oh, where he's talking about the weather and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and-
Okay.
And he would just like
we didn't
name-
talk about that on this podcast.
I just figured people knew about it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, so, clarify.
Tell
it.
him. Tell him it's okay, buddy. Hey, breathe real quick.
He
Yeah.
would say like a song that he wanted to play today because like due to the weather.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And he'd be like,
Yeah.
"This day feels like a fade into you, Maisie Star kind of day."
Aw.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Did he ever do like Spice Girls?
I don't think he did Spice Girls, but
That'd
he
be
probably
cool,
did
though.
BSB or
Mm-hmm.
If
NSYNC.
David Lynch did Spice World movie,
That would be wild.
watch that.
You know who would still be
Yeah.
in it? Alan Cumming.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Well, talking about Mulholland Drive, Naomi Watts lost her health insurance and was close to being evicted after the production of that Wrapped. And guess what good friend
wait, from the country or from her apartment?
from her apartment?
Okay.
Sorry. Guess what good friend convinced her to stay?
I'm
Wait.
hoping David Lynch.
Naomi Watts. Was it Laura Dern?
No.
Who was the other girl in that movie?
It has nothing to do with the movie. It's just her friend.
Oh,
Liev Schreiber.
That's her ex-husband.
They never
Well-
got married.
Oh.
Just in a long-term relationship
whoa,
with kids.
Ewan McGregor,
Heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
Nicole Kidman.
No way.
What if we were like
Yeah.
Herb Franklin, the CEO of AMC Theaters?
So that was that one. And
The jump scare in the movie is fun because the woman playing the lady that jumps out and has like on like lists of the best jump scares of all time, it's usually like top 3.
Really?
Yeah, randomly in that movie. The lady who plays that lady is Bonnie. I can't remember
Hunt?
her last name. Bonnie Hunt.
Bonnie Hunt is not in
No,
Mulholland Drive. but
it's
she
the
would've been
woman
great.
who plays the nun.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's so interesting.
Valak from the Nun. That was one of her first gigs. Was Mulholland
Jump scare
Drive.
lady?
Yeah.
Well,
Justin-
is it a good jump scare because it's not a particularly scary movie?
I think that
so
helps.
You're really not
expecting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's funny is this movie was an origin story originally, or the original spin-off for Twin Peaks. So we have the one that inspired it, Blue Velvet.
And this was this was supposed to be a spinoff.
This was supposed to be, and then
In
he
the
just
same
wrote it.
world?
Then he wrote it on its own.
Oh, okay.
Can
Right.
either of you? Can you tell me what Mulholland Drive is about vaguely?
I had to read an article afterwards to notice what happened about an hour and a half in, which is
Oh.
like you start watching the perception of someone else
Yeah.
about what actually happened.
But she's an actress moving to L.A.
Yeah.
And
Justin Theroux
she's
is
staying
like
at her aunt's house.
agent, and
Yeah.
there's a murder. I literally don't even remember now. But
Yeah,
that's the
Jake, hop
thing.
on in.
Yeah.
This is according to IMDb. After a car wreck on Mulholland Drive renders a woman amnesiac, she and a Hollywood hopeful search for clues and answers across L.A. in a twisted venture beyond dreams and reality.
Yeah, that's it.
Well done.
That's
That
it.
does sound like a David Lynch film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's
Laura
great.
Dern also we skated right by.
Yeah.
Laura Dern, maybe one of her first roles.
She's constantly working with David Lynch too. She's another one of his like famous
Inland
Yeah.
Empire.
Inland Empire. Yep.
And she's in Twin Peaks: The Return.
But she was great. She's like the high school sweetheart in Blue Velvet. I just love her a lot.
Somebody turned down that role, and I was reading it today.
Naomi Watts,
No, it was a younger woman.
Natalie Portman.
No, someone in the Laura Dern range. I don't know. I should have wrote it down, but I didn't have enough cards.
Bonnie Hunt.
Gotta get more cards.
Gotta get more
Yeah.
cards. But Justin Theroux booked the role because he was tired. He had just flown,
God, that tells you got to play it small.
right?
You really do. Yeah.
We've all experienced that. The thing that you send in the tape for that you're like, "Ugh, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like the thing you get.
Yeah.
I went in for FBI, which is TV. I'm sorry.
Stop.
I went in.
Stop.
Yeah.
It's too much TV
All right.
today.
All right, that's fair.
No, I want to
Just
hear.
change it
I
to
went
a
in
different,
for FBI,
just
a
different-
movie,
Okay.
and I was gonna play this this bully dude, and
There's bullies in the FBI.
there was a bully that they were interviewing about a missing person,
Oh,
and
are you high school in this?
no, I was a bullying. I was dating the girl that was involved with the teacher that got killed in the beginning of the episode. Okay. And I went in there and it just didn't feel right to me or them, and they were like, "That didn't quite feel right, but I don't know why. I think maybe you're the teacher. Can you go learn those lines?" I learned them in like 7 minutes, and I went back in, and because I had no time to think about it, I just like did a natural thing, and then I was the teacher. So that I was the guy that got murdered.
Oh
You know
my
what I mean?
God.
And it's just like, yeah.
I
it's
want to
one of
be
those-
murdered.
Yeah, I've been murdered a couple times.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's really
3
good.
times I've been murdered.
Really?
Yeah.
I
It
think
always
I've only
happens
been
in
murdered
threes.
once.
Have you
Uh-huh.
been murdered?
Yeah.
In what?
In what?
Short film.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. At least it's a
Wow.
movie. At least you're talking about a movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think it's fun to get murdered on film and not in real life because you're still here afterwards.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah. Anywho, Dave Lynch.
Well, we can't do Savage Secrets about him. He's just a wonder. He was a wonderful man, and this is an episode to honor him. We can't rate him. I'm gonna go ahead and give him 3 squirts as a human being.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him 3 squirts.
I'm going to give him 4.
And so he has an 11 out of 10 as far as squirts go. And I guess what we're saying is like, just go watch something of his, man.
Go watch something. Be creative and don't stay in the box.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I mean,
trying
if
to
you're
think
doing
of like
anything-
who rivals him now. Like, would it be like a
Ari Aster, maybe?
Cronenberg rivaled him then. you
Yeah,
know?
I would say Ari
okay.
Aster.
Yeah, Cronenberg is
You
still
think
alive.
Ari Aster's David Lynch?
I heard
No.
Eddington is like kind of like really
Dystop or like
like it kind of goes
I
all
really
over.
just dude, I watch it immediately when it comes out, but I miss the Midsommar Hereditary vibes of Ari Aster, man.
Yeah.
He's just so good.
Well,
at
Beau is
horror.
Afraid kind of feels a little bit like
David Lynch.
David Lynch, right?
A little bit,
You
yeah.
know?
Have you seen David Lynch's short film? that's
The
on-
rabbit thing.
No, the monkey.
Oh,
It's just David Lynch smoking a cigarette, being a detective. He's questioning a monkey about like a murder, and the monkey is also played. It's a real monkey that he filmed, and he just like circled out his mouth, and it's David Lynch also performing as the monkey talking to him, and it's what's it called, dude? His name's Jack.
It's called What Did Jack Do? It's
What
on
did
Netflix.
Jack do? And so he's like, "Come on, Jack! Like, did you do it?" And he's like, "No, leave me alone." And like, it's him talking to a monkey. He put it out in the pandemic. It's on Netflix. It's like 15
Yeah,
minutes.
it's like 17.
He is a phenomenal actor, truly.
He is.
Him and the Fablemans to finish the movie was incredible.
does he like assassinate the Spielberg
he
family?
kills Steven Spielberg as a child. No, he plays John
Wick.
No, who's the director? John
Hughes?
John Hughes?
John Ford.
John Ford.
Oh, right,
And
right.
he's just looking at a painting. He's like, "Where's the horizon on that?"
Yeah.
And he's just talking again.
He was like, horizon in the middle, bad. Horizon in the top, good.
Yeah.
Horizon in the bottom, good. Nobody cares about the middle. It's boring.
And then the movie ends with him like walking on, like Steven Spielberg walking on set,
And the horizon.
and he moves the horizon up.
Oh my god.
And
That gave me chills right now, dude.
but he was great in that.
Do I need to see The Fablemans?
Just saying that like it's a crazy thing. It's Steven Spielberg.
It's an Oscar-nominated movie.
Yeah.
He was also great on Louis.
Who was he on Louis? I don't think I saw him on Louis.
It's a TV, but
That is TV.
He was also a voice in the Cleveland show.
was he really?
Yeah.
That's a fun
for
fact.
He
many
just had
years.
such a cool career. I mean,
He's cool
The
as
thing is,
shit.
like we're trying to say like who was like him. There's really
Nobody.
That's
nobody.
the point. That's why we're
That's-
able to do an episode on him. He also had the best hair of all time.
One
Best
of my
hair
favorite
till the end.
Family Guy cutaways is, oh, don't forget, we have to leave out cigarettes and a plate of black coffee for David Lynch tonight.
That's pretty great.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well, and also he never won an Oscar. He won an honorary one, and it's like for the amount of like.
You see Tom Cruise is getting one?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Tom Cruise on this episode. This is a David Lynch tribute.
What is like the first stuntman thing or whatever?
No, he's
No,
getting
he's
honorary.
getting an honorary.
Oh.
He's getting a lifetime achievement.
Because he hasn't won one?
He hasn't won one.
Yeah.
Should have
Isn't that
won.
crazy?
I think he
Magnolia.
should have won one for Magnolia.
Magnolia.
Yeah. 'Cause-
Back to David
What
Lynch.
about
Yeah.
Rain Man? No.
Solid.
Solid. Yeah. But he won an honorary Oscar. And it's like he was nominated for Blue Velvet for Best Director. I think he was nominated for Mulholland Drive for Best Director and Best Screenplay.
Okay. Honestly, that's huge. For
Yeah.
movies like that to be
Yeah.
contending with, other, like, more, like, Oscar baity films.
Well, but I feel like they have to not, because it's like this is such a, like, when you see Blue Velvet, when you see, like, there really isn't anything like this.
Yeah.
So, like, that's a really, you need to honor that, I feel like.
But there should be, like, a David Lynch film festival where you kind of, like, try to make a David Lynch film.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
But I feel like you'll
Right?
get
Yeah.
a lot of people that are just, I feel like, and this might just be me being a harsh person, but it would be really, I think there'd be some that would be really bad.
Well, that's every
Oh,
film
yeah.
festival I've
And you
ever
would have
been
to
to my entire life.
Yeah.
Most of it is very bad.
yeah, anytime mine's been in a block of others, I'm just like,
Woof.
yo.
I will say I was at Nevada City Film Festival this past week, and there was a shorts block in there. Phenomenal. Like,
So you
every
can do
single-
it right.
You can do it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I was pissed at the one mine was in, Big Boy, when I'm naked running around.
Yeah, his penis is flopping around in his short film. You seen it?
I have seen it.
Yeah. But it was like right after like a serious like Darfur, like,
Oh.
and I was like, this is the worst. Like,
I think that's great. That's like a laugh that's needed
Yeah.
after Darfur.
I don't know. It was the audience was like not ready for mine.
Well, that is crazy that they
That's
scheduled
crazy
them
to
in the
program
same...
it that
yeah,
way.
it was like
Yeah.
I was like, can we talk about the programming next time? Like, if there's any like
Yeah.
crazy male nudity, let's not have it after a dying child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's just me. That's just my film fest, Michael
Yeah.
Strassner Film Festival.
Let's not do that one. Though.
No.
Yeah.
Where everyone
You either have
You
to
gotta
talk
show your
about
cock.
Darfur
Yeah.
or Chopin.
Yeah. Well, this has been a good, just reflective on a great man, I
Yeah.
think. And
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be. I'm sad that we're not gonna get any more David Lynch.
me too, man. When I saw The Return, I was like, I hope he does this again, but I bet this took him like 8 years, you know,
Whoa, really?
to envision and like plan out. Like, it was just, it's so
We also never talked about
wild.
Dune.
Yeah,
And he hated
I'm not
it.
talking about Dune out of respect for him.
Yeah, he hated it.
He won't watch it. He doesn't talk about
The
it.
new one? Or the old
No,
one?
his, and he wouldn't watch the new one either. He was like, it's too painful. I think about mine, and he can't watch his. He couldn't watch his, just because it was his only real experience with like
Studio,
a giant studio,
yeah.
and he never did that again. And that's probably like credit to Dune. Thank you, Dune, for keeping him from ever doing another one of those things, because we continue to get just the most original shit from him.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, Sting. The fact
Oh
that
my
Sting
God.
is in that movie, man.
Crazy.
You don't
Yeah.
have to put on the red light. He didn't sing it in that. That's just a Sting song.
He didn't.
No.
Yeah. I do miss movies having songs about the movie, like go turtles, go. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we go back
Yeah.
to that, dude?
Well, it's just like-
Cyndi Lauper doing like the Goonies are all right.
Yeah.
Like, that's the shit.
But also, we've gotten away from TV shows having theme songs where they like tell you what's happening in the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I-
So maybe there's something culturally we need to bring back.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe like what's a movie that's coming out this like grab your naked gun and get on over here.
Oh, musical improv.
It is, yes.
Get on
yes.
over here.
That wouldn't be Naked Gun though.
No.
Charlie's Angels had like Destiny's Child. Did
That was good, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Independent.
Venom had Eminem. Eminem is in the crowd like Venom. You know what I mean? Like he's like talking about Venom.
Eminem's trying to retire.
Yeah,
in
truly.
the end credits.
Yeah.
He had a song called Venom.
God.
Yeah.
Maybe like Doechii will do like Superman rap or something.
Maybe.
Be cool.
Probably not.
No.
What
Yeah.
is Superman called again?
Superman?
Does it?
Superman.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got to keep it simple.
Well, because Returns
Brandon Routh, the disgraced Bryan Singer,
and the disgraced Kevin
as
Spacey.
he should be. Oh, and yeah. Kevin Spacey.
That's a haunted film.
Yeah.
I bet they had a good time on that film
Yeah.
together.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then there was going to be Superman Flyby, which was going to be directed by J.J. Abrams that we'll never know about. And then of course
I got a Savage Secret.
Okay.
Can we go Savage Secrets real quick?
J.J. Abrams has made out like a bandit with 150, or like his deal with Warner Brothers or whatever.
Yeah, he never even made it.
He's never made anything, and they gave him like $500 million.
Where the fuck did he go?
I have no idea, but
Yeah.
J.J., your stuff's incredible.
I love a J.J. Abrams
Make
film.
something.
Yeah.
And also,
Mission Impossible 3 is like, it was the first time it was like, oh shit, these sequels are going to be good.
yeah.
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure that happened with Phoebe Waller-Bridge too, and Amazon. She had like a huge deal, and she
yeah.
never made anything for them.
It's
Wow.
crazy that they just give out a ton of money. That's why Hollywood
I
is
know.
imploding. It's because there's
Yeah.
a ton of money that just doesn't go to anywhere to
Totally.
make
Yeah.
it. And it's like,
My movie's going to have to be like a Grubhub original. You're gonna have to like you can only watch it if you've ordered food.
so
and
Zach
it's
won't
on
be
the
able to
way.
watch it.
I won't be. I'll never see it. I'll never see it.
True.
Or maybe it'll be one of those movies that plays at the gas station while you're
Yeah,
pumping gas, and then it goes
exactly.
off.
That'll be
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's gonna be my deal.
Undo Savage Secrets, my man.
That wasn't savage. What I said, I would like to be a normal voice,
Okay.
so I can clip it. Yeah. Guys, thank you for honoring a great man today.
anytime.
What do we do at the movies again? We gotta.
Stay off our phone.
That's right. And
Shut the fuck up.
Show up
No.
on time.
We always
God.
say
God.
that's
Sorry.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Christ,
Who
dude.
said that?
When
Did
you go
you
to
do
the
it on
movies,
purpose?
show
No.
up on time.
Stay off your phone.
And shut the
shut
fuck up.
Yeah.
God, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I love you,
dude.
David. My middle name is named David after you.
My middle name is named David.